From messy and complicated love triangles to completely shocking, unexpected twists that'll leave your jaw dropped, these are Martin Henderson's most controversial Virgin River moments. Henderson plays the hunky, brooding character Jack Sheridan. Jack Sheridan is one of the central figures in the series, a former Marine who now owns a bar in the picturesque town of Virgin River. But don't let his tough exterior fool you. Jack is a man with a sensitive heart and a complicated past. Throughout the show, we see him go through some serious character development, from a reserved and mysterious figure to a vulnerable and emotional guy who's learning to open up and trust those around him. He's also a little bit of a heartthrob. With his rugged good looks and charming personality, Jack is notable for being an obvious fan favorite among viewers. Martin Henderson's portrayal of Jack in Virgin River has been a critical aspect of the show's success. But let's face it, not all moments involving our favorite characters can be a bed of roses. In this case, this juicy controversy came in the form of a love triangle. We all know that Jack and Melinda Monroe's chemistry is undeniable, and obviously, we were all rooting for them to get together. However, things took a drastic turn when Jack's ex-girlfriend, Charmaine, revealed that she was pregnant with Jack's child. How could this happen? Suddenly, the show's focus shifted from the budding romance between Jack and Mel to the unforeseen complications arising from Charmaine's pregnancy. Some fans and critics were understandably unhappy with this development, feeling that it detracted from the main plotline and themes of the show. They argued that the love triangle was an unnecessary and overused trope in romantic dramas. But hey, controversy sells, and it certainly kept fans invested in the show's narrative. Despite the backlash, Martin Henderson's performance as Jack during this storyline was truly commendable. He portrayed Jack's internal struggle with the news of the pregnancy in a convincing and emotional way, showing the audience the difficulty of balancing his responsibility to his child with his growing feelings for Mel. His nuanced performance was praised by both fans and critics alike, even if they didn't necessarily agree with the storyline itself. If you thought this messy love triangle was controversial, wait until you hear this. One of the most controversial moments in the series is when Jack is suddenly shot. In the Blind Spots episode, an unidentified assailant shoots Jack and leaves him for dead. The shocking event occurs towards the end of the season, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats and desperate for answers. But some fans criticize the show for using the shooting as a cheap plot device to create drama, which is understandable. As seen in the previous moment, this isn't the scriptwriter's first rodeo. However, others praise the show's realistic portrayal of the aftermath of a shooting, and Martin Henderson's performance in particular. In the aftermath of the shooting, viewers watched as Jack grappled with the physical and emotional pain of the attack, all while trying to maintain his responsibilities as a bar owner and as a member of the Virgin River community. Henderson's portrayal of Jack was nuanced and emotional, showcasing the depth and complexity of his character once again. While the shooting of Jack in Virgin River was a controversial moment for the show, it ultimately proved to be a turning point for the characters and the overall narrative. Despite Jack's near-death experience, our secret heartthrob is still hungry for more romance in his life. As seen before, Jack and Mel have undeniable chemistry and a deep connection. But there is one aspect of Jack's character that has frustrated fans since the beginning: his reluctance to commit to a serious relationship with Melinda Monroe. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why can't Jack just commit already? And believe me, as a fan of the show, I've had those same frustrations. But let's take a step back and think about it. Jack has been through a lot, and his past experiences have left him with emotional baggage and a fear of getting hurt again. And let's be real, who among us haven't felt that way at some point in our dating lives? As the show progresses, we see Jack slowly but surely work through his fears and learn to trust and open up to Mel. And let me tell you, it's been a roller coaster of emotions watching their relationship unfold. The tension and buildup between them adds an extra layer of excitement to the show's plotline, leaving us on the edge of our seats and eager to see if and when they will finally commit to each other. And the payoff when they do? Oh, it's so worth it! Martin Henderson's portrayal of Jack's vulnerability and openness is heartwarming and touching, and we can't help but root for the poor guy and Mel every step of the way. So, while we may sometimes want to shake some sense into Jack and make him commit already, his reluctance to do so is an important aspect of his character development, and a realistic portrayal of the challenges many people face when trying to form new relationships. Now, another controversial moment that fans were not pleased with was the moment when Jack's ex-wife, Mandy, showed up unexpectedly in town. First of all, let's just say that we were not prepared for Mandy to show up in town. The moment she arrived on screen, we knew that things were about to get complicated, and boy did they ever. Mandy's sudden appearance created a lot of tension between Jack and Mel, and we as viewers were naturally immediately invested in the outcome. Would Jack rekindle his relationship with Mandy, or would he stay with Mel? It was definitely a roller coaster of emotions for viewers as we watched Jack navigate his feelings towards his ex-wife, while also trying to maintain his relationship with Mel. It was like being on an emotional seesaw, and we were all here for it. His marriage to Mandy was clearly a big part of his life, and it's interesting to see how his unresolved feelings towards her impact his present-day relationships. Now, we know that some fans were divided about this plotline, with some feeling that it added an unnecessary layer of drama to the show. But let's be real, a little bit of drama is necessary for any good TV show, right? So, what do you think about this controversial moment in Virgin River? Were you Team Mandy or Team Mel? Let us know in the comments below, but don't stay down there for too long. Lastly, we have the most controversial moment in Virgin River, including Martin Henderson's character. You're going to want to sit down for this one. If you're a fan of the show, you probably remember how heartbroken we all were when Jack announced he was leaving Virgin River to help his son in California. His son, who was living in California, got into some trouble, and Jack felt he had to be there for him. It felt like a punch to the gut, didn't it? Fans were left reeling as they said goodbye to a beloved character, and the decision sparked a lot of discussion and debate within the show's community. How could they say goodbye to such a beloved character? Despite the immense pressure he faced, Jack ultimately decided to leave and prioritize his family. Despite the controversy surrounding Jack's departure, it was clear that this moment was a turning point for the show. It allowed for new storylines and character development, demonstrating that even the most beloved characters can have significant flaws and struggles. As the show moves forward without Jack, it will be interesting to see how the other characters step up to fill the void that his departure leaves. Will they be able to carry the show on their shoulders? Or will a new character be introduced to take up the mantle left behind by Jack? The possibilities are endless, and fans are eagerly anticipating what the future holds for Virgin River. In the end, Martin Henderson's departure from Virgin River was a dramatic moment that will be remembered for years to come. It was a bold choice that left fans reeling and wondering what would happen next. But as the show moves forward, one thing is for certain. It will continue to be one of the most captivating and thrilling shows on Netflix, thanks in no small part to the incredible performances of its talented cast. So, there you have it. From surprising and complicated love triangles to completely shocking, unexpected twists that'll leave your jaw dropped. Those were Martin Henderson's most controversial Virgin River moments.